All right, Mustangs, welcome back. So today we are going to set up a data table doing this old school, all right, on a piece of paper, graph paper. Okay, so the first thing I need you guys to do is you're going to take your ruler, and today, just as a side note, I am using a black Crayola marker for this. You guys really should use a pencil. I'm using the Crayola marker so that you guys can see my lines more easily, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to measure approximately, looks like about 70 millimeters away from the right edge. Okay, so this right here is 70 millimeters. So I am going to draw my line, and we always start with 0. So when we're making our measurements, we start with 0. I'm also going to give myself about 2 boxes down to write my name. Okay, I'm just going to complete this. Okay, now I will write my first and last name in the box. And today's date. And the period number, I am going to write period 3 because that is my prep period. You guys write the correct period number for yourselves. All right, so now that we have this measured out, and it looks like it is 15 millimeters away from the top. Okay, now I am going to measure away from the top of the page. Again, I'm going to start with 0. And I need to measure to 180 millimeters. Okay? You guys, your rulers are in centimeters. So you have to convert from millimeters to centimeters. All right, so 180 centimeters away from millimeters, 180 millimeters away from the top. Okay, and we also want to pull this away from the side of the page, and we're going to set our 0 mark at the very first line. So it is going to be 20 millimeters right there. Now, I'm going to go up again, setting my 0 mark at the line, and I'm going to draw my line from 0 to 160, which you guys can't see. Okay, down to 160. If you can't see the numbers on my ruler, that's okay. Just make sure that you are following the numbers that I tell you, okay? All right, now we have to draw our line here, and I am going to need to leave 2 boxes for my titles. So I am going to pull my start again at the line and start at 0. Draw my line across. Okay. The first box here needs to be 50 millimeters across. So I am going to complete my line here. Okay, so your first column is going to be wider than all the other columns across. All your other columns across are only going to be 20 millimeters across, okay? So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. Okay, now I'm going to line up with my little marks here and go down and make my line on each one of these marks that I placed on the paper. Trying to make this as straight as possible. All right, so we're at this point right now. I'm going to leave the bottom open just in case we need to add more rows at the bottom. So for right now, we're just going to leave that open at the bottom. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to label our different boxes at the top. So this is going to say months. And we will write down the period numbers. Period 1, period 2, period 3, period 4, period 5, period 6. Next, we're going to put our, and if I'm going too fast, it's okay, because you guys should be able to rewind this, pause it, and those kinds of things when I'm going too fast, okay? So we're going to start here. I want to give myself 2 boxes for every month. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and it looks like I need a little bit more. All right. So 12, and at the very bottom we need it to say total. Okay, so we have numbers 1 through 12. We gave ourselves 2 boxes per month, and at the very bottom it should say total, just like that. Now I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to complete my lines all the way across. And if you don't want to sit there and watch me draw lines, you can, of course, fast forward through this. If you want to watch me draw lines, I don't know why you would. Total. All right. So notice how I have a box here at the end of period 6. I want this to be the total. Okay, so we will have a total number for each month, and we will have a total number for each period. That right there is the reason we use a ruler. Or that is also the reason we use a pencil. So it doesn't look goofy. Alright, so our next step after we get all of our lines drawn is to write in our months next to the numbers. Okay, so we have our numbers in there, and there are a few numbers. There's one number that you need to add to this right now. You're going to go all the way down to August, number 8, okay, and you are going to go across to period 3, and you are going to put one tally mark there. And then at the bottom where it says total, we're going to put one tally mark there as well, or one number there as well. And that is because I have third period prep, and so we want to make sure we include my birthday in this as well. So we're only going to put my birthday in my prep period so that I'm not counted in every class period. Okay? If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.